Self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and confidence aren't learned on a whiteboard. They shape by everyday life and choices. Take love, for example, because how we date tell us everything about how we grow, adapt, and figure out who we are. Yeah, that's me and my husband. But before you judge, let's take a look at how love shapes us, our personal development, because finding the right partner requires self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and a whole lot of confidence. So let's start way back when marriage was a corporate merger. People didn't date for love or self-discovery. They trade goats and land. Your identity was tied to your family's survival, leaving zero room for your personal autonomy. So in this era, knights would write super sappy poetry and suffer dramatically over some noble woman they couldn't have. It's just basically medieval catfishing, just without the internet. So in this era, where courting means sitting under the strict watch of your parents, zero privacy meant zero chance to build authentic interpersonal communication skills. Romance was heavily restricted by social control. Oh, this one is the classic shotgun dad. This dynamic forced suitors to master emotional regulation and extreme patience. You couldn't just say whatever. You had to navigate high-stakes social environment without losing your cool. So this era of calling system was all about strict social etiquette and self-presentation. It taught people how to project a polished public persona, though it lacked authentic emotional depth and vulnerability. So in this era, teenagers finally escaped from the parlor or family rules, moving to public spaces like soda shops, forced young people to build social confidence and practice peer-to-peer communication outside adult supervision. So this is a going steady era, was all about early commitment, handling over a leather jacket require emotional maturity and clear understanding of personal boundaries and loyalty at a young age. So this is traditional Philippine courtship like Harana and Paninilbihan. It is a master class in resilience and respect. It builds grit, teaching suitors how to handle rejection, show dedication, and earn respect through action, not just words. In the early 60s and 90s, completely revolutionized personal growth. With the birth control pill, dating decoupled from marriage. People finally had the freedom to explore their identity, values, and psychological independence. In this era, newspaper personal ads become popular. People realized they didn't have to date just whoever lived on their blocks. They can meet other people through advertising. Which brings us to the modern app era. Dealing with ghosting require high emotional intelligence, thick skin, and a strong sense of self-worth. So you don't take a digital rejection personally. But long before apps, we have a mail order brides. This historical phenomenon highlights incredible adaptability and risk assessment, stepping completely out of one's comfort zone for a shot of a better life. So in this 17th century Virginia, a single woman were brought in the stabilized colonies. This woman exercised immense personal courage and confidence, moving across the globe to redefine their entire social standing. on the 19th century American woman responded to a newspaper ads to marry stranger. This took profound self-awareness and trust-building skills, proving that effective communication can cross vast distance through written words alone. So early 20th century, Beecher's bride relied heavily on proxy marriages, navigating cultural differences and entering a marriage sight unseen demands extreme psychological flexibility and conflict resolution skills. Long before international apps, pen pal clubs keep this cross-cultural connection alive. Writing letters build deep, intentional communication habit because you had to express your personal entirely through thoughtful prose, not quick text. Of course, looking for love online or overseas means developing social and critical thinking and boundary setting. Spotting red flags require us to protect our personal growth. So navigating this historical shift teaches us that personality development is about adapting, communicating, and building the confidence to find your person. Who says that personality development can only be learned at school? It, it's everything that we do and every decision that we make. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy my video. Thank you and goodbye for now.